You'll love this spread. Hey, what is up, everybody? Ross Cessna from Spiritual Phoenix Studios here with an incredibly bad pun to start this off, but it was fun. You have to give me that. We're going to do a Yule spread, but before that, I do want to say happy solstice, have a great conjunction, and also enjoy your Yule, right? This is a pretty awesome time of year, and I think that we should all really enjoy it. I think we need something good, kind of based upon how the year has been. But before we get into the spread too, we're going to take a deep breath. So we're going to breathe in through our nose for 4 seconds, hold it for 4 seconds, then breathe out of our mouth for 4 seconds, and then pause, and then we're just going to get on. Pause for 4 seconds. Sorry, don't hold your breath forever there. But okay, let's do that. Breathe in. Out. Wait, pause. Sorry. Out. One of these times I'll get that right on the first go, right? But not today. Anyhow, this is the Yule spread, and Yule is, let me start that over. Yule, occurring between December 20th and 22nd, is a modern Wiccan Sabbath falling on the winter solstice and also an alternative way to celebrate Christmas by recognizing its pagan roots. It's also known as a Nordic pagan festival. And here is the summation of the spread. It marks today's occasion by performing this special spread. It is in the dark nights of winter that we turn inward, cultivating the wisdom of the High Priestess. This spread makes us use the 4 sacred directions. And so we're going to start with the East. East is relative to air or swords, and that is about the mind. The first question is, what is new, fresh, and exciting in your life? And 6 of Swords in reverse comes up. This is kind of about like a period of, how do I want to say this? 6s are growth, swords are mind. This is kind of like a period of letting your mind relax and actually like not trying to push forward with new ideas and just kind of nurturing it and chilling out, right? This is a time of rest. So what's new and exciting in your life? The fact that nothing's exciting and you can kind of relax and just, as they say, as the kids say these days, vibe. These kids these days, I'm getting to be that age. I actually had somebody comment on my carpet the other day and I talked about like the wear pattern in it, and that's how I know I'm getting old. Number 2 is, what is the best direction for you to take? And this is still in the East. 3 of Wands comes up. 3 is about communication. Wands are about like your desires, passion, travel, change, movement. This is like about really articulating what you want to have happen, right? This is speaking into creation, the things that you want to bring to life. And honestly, the energy of the 6 of Swords in reverse, like that kind of rest and regeneration energy, that would also be a great catalyst for channeling into the 3 of Wands, because when we rest, we allow ourselves to recreate ourselves. Look at the word recreation, which is basically rest and having fun. Recreate is like literally in there. And when you recreate yourself, you have access to new energy, which you can tap into to manifest your dreams and visions. So that's pretty awesome, right? South is the next one, and that is Fire and Wands. And like I had just said, Wands is relative to desires, passion, travel, change, like all of that good stuff. And what should you celebrate is the first card. Son of Pentacles comes up. This would be Knight of Pentacles in traditional tarot. And that is largely about having a good routine and being like efficient and having a good flow to your life that suits you, right? I think a lot of us don't understand how much our schedule and how we actually manage our time, how much that can make a big difference in the quality of life that we have. And if we were just a little bit more intentional with the use of our time and our energy, we would see pretty dynamic results in our amount of happiness, especially if we did that gradually over a period of days, weeks, months, years. those little things make a big difference. There's a whole saying that if a ship at sea changes its course by an inch, it will arrive at a completely new destination or something like that. And Son of Pentacles to me is that kind of energy, right? Like how you invest in your habits. What can you share is the next one. And it's Eight of Cups. This is kind of like your disappointment and some of your grief and the things that you've kind of been disconnecting from, right? Eights are about change. Cups are about the emotions. This is sharing about how troubling this year has been for lots of different reasons. And I think a lot of us might want to act like we're not impacted by it, but it's kind of hard not to, just because how like traumatic the events of this year have been overall, whether it be politically or anything like that, right? And I think that this is an incredibly important time to discuss those things, especially with the holidays, which can be incredibly challenging for people as well, right? I've been in those spots before previously, and I think that that's something that's important to state. And I actually do want to take this time, now that this card came up, to say, reach out to some of your friends and like make sure that some of your friends are okay too, right? Even if it's people that you don't talk to often, make sure everybody's doing all right. This is a challenging time. So with that said, what can you share? Share your grief and let somebody else share theirs with you, right? Give and take. We're going to move on and get back to kind of the light side of things. That's kind of like some solstice energy too, right? Like understanding that dark, but we're going to transition to the light again eventually, right? So next we're moving to the west, which is water or cups, and the cups are about the emotions, intuition, kind of imagination, that kind of energy. What can you let go of? High Priestess in reverse comes up. This is let go of hypocrisy and also maybe misperception of situations. And this is when we're very critical of other people, it often comes from a place of being insecure in ourselves and needing to make them less to make ourselves feel more. And when we begin to channel that energy more towards ourselves and purifying our emotions and our mental clarity, right, we actually tap into the energy of the High Priestess more, which is intuition and tapping into the mysteries. But before we do that, we're often misled by trauma and previous experiences that give us misperceptions, right? And hypocrisy kind of is one of those things that feeds into that cycle of deceit. So we can let go of it, right? And all of us do it to some extent. It's just having awareness of when we're doing it more consciously and working it out more, like addressing it too when we do it. Next one is, how should you slow down? 3 of Swords, heartbreak. And this isn't saying break your heart, but this is kind of saying grieve is the way that I would take it in this context. How do you slow down right now? Right now, you need to grieve some of the experiences that you might not have had time to, because that's one of the other things about this year too, right? It's been incredibly fast paced, despite it having like this never ending energy. I shared a meme on Facebook the other day on my personal account where it was like, this year was the longest 5 years of my life or whatever. I forget how it was worded, but it was something to that extent. And it really has been incredibly fast paced because so much has happened, but it's been really, really slow too. And I think that all of us kind of need to take this time to consciously grieve what's happened as a nation, what's happened politically, what's happened in our personal lives, and just grieve for the world for a second, right? This is kind of a weird thought, and you can entertain it if you want, but if we believe that there is consciousness out there in the world, right, and in the universe rather, and that the universe is conscious to some extent, whether you call it God, whatever you want to say, imagine how challenging that must be to experience all of that trauma. Because if I personally believe that we are like, our individual sparks are like parts of God's brain, right? So we're these individual neurons, and our experience translates into that experience. And picture how challenging this year would be going through that process. Like, that's mind-blowing. So kind of grieve and allow that to process and kind of help give the universe some peace, right? And that's a heavy thought for whenever you see this. So the next thing that we come up to is, how do you slow down? Just grieve, right? Just kind of lean into the sharp points. They're duller than you think. That's one of the lines from my poetry book that I published. And I think that that's an important thing to remember. So next we are moving to north, and this is the earth, and this is pentacles. Pentacles are about the material world, finances, kind of home life, stuff like that too. So what can your dreams teach you is the first one. Two of Pentacles, balance and adaptability. And I think this is saying more so in terms of like dreams when you're sleeping. I think this is more like dreams that motivate you or empower you or that you're passionate about. They can teach you how to adapt to challenging situations, because the key to success isn't winning. The key to success is actually being adaptable and being able to change your strategy when you're presented with obstacles, and to be able to find a way, as Carlos Castaneda put it, to project yourself kind of through the wall or through the obstacle. So balance and adaptability are crucial to that, and your dreams will also make you focus on balance, because you have to kind of align your life in a harmonious way in order to be successful, to follow your dreams. You can't be too decadent in emotions in anything, honestly, because you have to have like some peace of mind, like a healthy body. Your spirit has to be nurtured, and you have to be emotionally competent to pursue your dreams in a big way. So balance and adaptability are essential. And by nature of pursuing your dreams, that will occur. What do your elders want you to know is the next card. Nine of Wands comes up. Nine of Wands is, nine's about fruition. Wands are about desire. So this is like pursuing your desires. And if you look at this, this is literally like building a staircase to the moon or to the heavens, or like out of this world, right? And your elders literally want you to know that persistence and dedication to pursuing your passions will ultimately lead you to where you want to go. The thing is that most people don't believe in themselves. It's not that it's not achievable to accomplish what you want. It's that we lose faith in our ability, and we might want it quicker than what it actually takes to get there, right? And rushing the process is one of the things I've struggled with, but the more that we begin to slow down and kind of appreciate the ride and the present moment, I think that there is a great sense of peace that allows us to persist and stay strong in face of adversity as well, right? Anyhow, I think I'm done like waxing poetically on this reading. I hope that this was helpful for you. I actually want to pause this video, and I'm going to start it up again because I have a little bit more time, and I want to read you one of the daily readings that's for today too, because it ties into this energy. Be right back. Okay, this is from 365 Tao, and it is day 355, winter. A homeless man dies in the gutter. A tree cracks in the cold. A shocking sound. At the winter solstice, the day is shortest of all, and night is longest. It can also be the time of bitter cold. The wind blows with a frigid ferocity, cutting all before it. Snow and ice become deadly. Those who are homeless die of exposure. Even the mightiest of trees can split from the drop in temperature. The sound of a tree snapping is a sudden slap. The horrors, the tragedies that this nadir brings. Winter tortures the world with its icy whips, and those who are weak are ground beneath its glacial heels. Sometimes we dare not even lament those who die in the onslaught of winter, in fear that the tears will freeze upon our faces. But we see and hear. Huddling closer to the fire, we vow to survive. No matter how affected we are by misfortune, we must remember that this is the lowest turn of the wheel. Things cannot forever go downward. There are limits to everything. Even the cold and the darkness and the wind and the dying. They call this the first day of winter, but actually, it is the beginning of winter's death. From this day on, we can look forward to warming and brightening. Thank you.